All right, guys, welcome back. Day number 6, the 2 things that control our lives. I am so excited about this one. We're going to do a little bit of an overview here of the 2 things, and then we're going to break them down one by one over the next 2 days. So you're going to get 3 days of this. Now, what's cool about this is we're also going to use these things to sell our products and services as well. Okay, so my story, you guys probably know already. I told it already. I sold stock, I sold mortgages, sold cars, sold consulting, right? The fact of the matter is, I never sold any of those things, okay? Now, I worked in those industries. Yes, I did. I was a Series 7 licensed representative, passed my 63, passed my 24, was a loan officer for years, sold cars for about a year, a little bit over a year. Then I sold consulting since 2007, right? But the bottom line is that when I'm selling those things, I'm not actually selling those things, right? I'm selling something else. I'm delivering those things, but I'm selling something else. So it just so happens that the things that control our lives on a day-to-day basis are also the same things that we use to sell stuff to people as well. So what are those 2 things? Number 1, experience, okay? Everything that we do in life is to increase our experience in life, okay? No matter what it is, right? Everything that we do is to increase our experience. So you're taking this training program right now to increase your experience in life because you believe that this training program is going to help you in whatever area of life, maybe make more money or start a new business or close more deals or whatever it is. You believe that it's going to help you do something that's going to increase your experience in life. Now, me, right? I'm creating this training program for you for one reason, because you paid me money to be here. Simple, right? Now, if this was a free thing that I was giving away, why would I do that? I would give away something for free so that in hopes you pay me later on, right? This is not a charity, okay? So I'm doing this to increase my experience in life because if you pay me money, then what can I do? I can go out and enjoy myself. I can invest. I could buy things for my kid. I could, whatever, right? So that's number 1. Everything that we do in life is to increase our experience and or increase our status level. Okay, so status and experience are the 2 most important things. Everything that we do is based on these 2 things. And if you look at some of the most successful companies in the world over the past 20 years or so, you will see that they are built on these 2 things and these 2 things alone. Okay, that's it. Amazon. What is so big about Amazon? The only reason why people shop there is because, number 1, it's a better experience because of the reviews on there, right? That's number 1. Number 2, it's a better experience because they don't have to go and stand on Walmart lines for 6 hours or Target lines or wherever, okay? They don't have to leave the house. They can pick everything in the world, pick from anything in the world, get it shipped right to their door, and the experience is just better. Why do people leave reviews? Because they're hoping that people thumb up the reviews so that they get a higher status, right? I mean, it's all built on that. The iPhone. Why do people sit and wait for this thing for 17 days in front of an Apple store to get one when they don't even use 99% of the stuff in it? Because this logo means something. That's why. It's a status symbol, right? We all heard that term before. Why do people go to Starbucks? I don't know about you, but I think their coffee sucks. But how come when you see a video like this where it's a direct-to-camera thing, right? I'm on the bottom corner, but, direct-to-camera. If you see something like that, you're never going to see someone with a coffee cup like this in it. I'm probably the only person that ever did that, right? You're going to see someone with a Starbucks thing that's like this tall. Why? Because that logo is a status thing. You're not going to see a Sunoco gas station cup on somebody's desk. It's not going to happen. You're not going to see something like this because this doesn't upgrade my status level to you, okay? So everything that we do in life, either we do because we want to increase our status or increase our experience in life. All right? So our fulfillment level is greatest when we hit both of them. So let's look at an example, right? We went through this before. Somebody goes from 100 to 120. They go out and they trade in their Honda Accord for a Mercedes-Benz like 3 Series, right? And they lease it, of course, because they really can't afford it. So they lease it. They don't put any money down. Their payment's like $500 a month. It's like half their mortgage, right? You get the deal. Everyone's done it before. It's a process that we all go through. But what happens? Number 1, it increases their status because the neighbors are like, ooh, he's got a new Benz, right? But it also increases their experience because it's a beautiful car. It's comfortable. It's nice. It has a lot of features in it, right? So it's not just a status thing. It's both. And that's when our fulfillment level in life is at its highest point. But experience and status can also be negative things as well, right? A lot of people will use Actually, let me just go. Yeah, here we go. This is the slide that I want to get to. It can be positive and negative, and we'll do anything to get there, right? So here's the thing. A lot of people will use alcohol to increase their experience and status. Any of you ever smoked before? I'm sure a lot of you have, right? I smoked for a long time. I quit 6 years ago. But the first time you smoked a cigarette, why did you do it? You didn't do it because you were addicted to nicotine. You did it because all the other people were doing it. And in that moment, it increased your status level with the group and your experience within the group. That's the only reason why you did it. And then eventually you became addicted and you kept doing it over and over and over again. People drink, people do drugs. Why? Because it increases their experience right away, instantly. Okay, you do whatever, you take a pill or something. It changes the way that you feel the second you put it into your body. So it's easy, right? People that do drugs or whatever, they don't want to do the hard work of increasing their status and experience naturally, the right way. They want to have the quick fix. So they take a pill or they smoke something or whatever it is. Okay, so here is your assignment for day number 6. Sorry. Now remember, this is day number 1 of the experience and status stuff. This is just an overview. We're going to break down both of these in great detail. But right now, before we get into that, I want you to do a little bit of an assignment. Okay, so number 1, what are 3 positive things that you do every single day to increase your status and experience? Okay, that could be things like you give to charity, or you give time, maybe money to charity, or time to charity, or maybe you do something special with your kids every day, or your wife or your husband every day, right? Or maybe it's something in business. You speak to students, or you speak to companies, or whatever it is. You do something positive that increases your status and experience every day. I'll tell you one thing that I do every day that increases my experience and status. I feel it's very important to purposely move every day, right? So in my opinion, there's a difference between like moving because just because you're moving and moving for a purpose, right? So when I say moving for a purpose, what I mean is like I have to walk or run to walk or run. It's not like I'm going fishing, so I got to walk a mile down the beach. It's I have to go on the treadmill and run or jog and walk, okay? But I hate the gym. I absolutely hate the gym. I hate the treadmill. I hate all that stuff. So what I do instead of going to the gym is I walk in a park near my house, okay? It's beautiful. It's right along the water. I love to fish. I love the beach. I love the water. So this park is right along the water, so I get to see things that I like. I get to be in an environment that I like, and it makes me feel better about myself, and it gives me a sense of pride that I actually went out there and did it. So that's an increase of experience because of the things around me, and an increase in status because of the confidence boost it gives me. Now, you guys may think, oh, he's just walking, or he's just jogging, or he's just running, not a big deal. And that's fine for you, but for me, it fulfills both of those things, right? So it's going to be different for every person, and that's why I want you to go through this assignment here. I want you to see what you do on a day-to-day basis. Maybe it's meditating. Maybe it's journaling. Maybe it's something you do, again, with your kids or your wife or your husband or your family or whatever. Maybe it's something in business. Whatever it is, there's 3 things, at least minimum 3 things, that you do every single day to purposely increase your status and experience. Next, what are 3 negative things that you do to increase your status and experience every day? Do not tell me you don't do anything negative to increase your status and experience, because every single one of you do. Do you ever fight with anybody? The only reason why you argue is to increase your status and experience. That's it. You may think, oh, why would I ever argue with somebody? That's a negative experience. I don't want to do that. Yeah, but it throws your status through the roof. Why? Because when we argue, we always have to win. Right? The only reason why we're really arguing is because we want to win, and winning makes us feel better. So we keep arguing, right? Most of the time, we don't even know what we're arguing about. We just fight and yell and scream because we want to win. We want to come out on top. That increases your status level. Do you ever post anything on Instagram? You ever post anything on Facebook? You ever post anything on Twitter? The only reason why you do that, let's be real, it's not growing your business. I mean, it's just not, right? I mean, really. The only reason why you do that is because you go back and check and see if anyone's liking it or sharing it or commenting on it. You've posted a video or picture on Instagram and nobody's commented on it, and it pissed you off. I mean, let's just be, it happens. It happens to me all the time. It happened to you. So there are negative things that we do in life every day just to get our hit of experience and status. It doesn't have to be drugs, right? Most of you are probably not drug addicts, I hope. Most of you are probably not alcoholics, I hope. But some of you might be, and that might be the issue, right? Maybe you're using those things to increase your status and experience artificially, when you could be replacing those things with more empowering activities instead. All right, so list out at least 3 negative things that you do to increase your status and experience every single day. I mentioned 3 companies: Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, Vine. All these companies, the only reason why they exist is because of these 2 words. That's it. If these 2 words didn't matter, no one would be on their site. It just wouldn't happen. The only reason why they're there is because they give people a great experience, number 1. And number 2, it raises people's status levels. And it also depresses the crap out of people, because when you post an Instagram picture for a lot of people and nobody likes it, nobody shares it, nobody hearts it, nobody comments it, we get all depressed and we get all pissed off, right? Same thing on Facebook, same thing on Twitter, same thing on YouTube. If you have a video on YouTube and 5 people watched it and there's 4 thumbs down, you're pissed off because your status is now through the floor and you can't recover from that. So the only reason why these companies exist is because they play and exploit status and experience. Now, as we go through the next 2 days after this one, I'm going to share with you ways that I exploit this, and other people as well, right? I exploit status and experience for my own gain. And when I say exploit, I don't mean that in a negative way. What I'm saying is I use the data that people give me for my own personal gain. So, for example, you may go on Facebook and you may like things to increase your status or experience, right? You may make a post about something. Maybe you like a certain person in a political race, or maybe you like a certain brand and you write about it, right? Or maybe you like a certain magazine and you write about it. Or maybe you share somebody else's post that's a known figure, right? I can take that data and I can use that data to sell you stuff. Okay, so you're going out there and you're upping your status and experience by sharing all that information. And there's people behind the scenes like me and a lot of other people that are saying, wow, these people are voluntarily giving us data that tells us how they want to increase their status and experience, how they do it. Okay, how they increase their status and experience every day. We can take that data and put ads in front of them. And we know that if we put the ad in front of them, the ad is going to increase their status and experience. And what does that mean? They're going to click on it. And then when they click on it, they're going to go through to the next page, and we're going to increase their status and experience a little bit more. They're going to go through the next step, and we're going to do it a little bit more, next step, a little bit more, next step, and on and on and on. Okay? So if you understand what you use on a day-to-day basis, both positive and negative, to increase your status and experience, not only are you going to have a better life because you'll be able to cut out the negative and put in the positive, but you'll also be able to figure out why you buy things that you don't need, right? Why salespeople, why you go into a place, you get sold something, you get home and you're like, dude, why did I do that, right? You're going to understand why that's happening. The reason why it's happening is because they're playing on your status and experience. And once you realize that, you could stop it from happening, number 1. And number 2, you can use status and experience in a positive way to influence others and sell your products and services to other people. Okay? So that's it for day number 6. Do the assignment, and then in day number 7, we're going to start with experience, and we're going to really break it down.